All right. Keep
Um,
going now.
I'll alert somebody.
All right. Thank you. Oh, there we go. It seems to have come back up now.
Alrighty, cool. Yeah, it happens. We see Herret climbing towers, so I'm assuming the Shucky does have 3 non-TM non-damaging. I didn't even check. Or I didn't even see that, but you know, with that, row 1, TLBR, basically like very synergistic with each other. And those are 2 very easy bingo goals. Assuming he's planning on stopping that Caterpie from evolving 4 times, which, if that was the case, I would have considered actually maining the Caterpie inside of this area, just for the little bit of extra XP. But that might just be negligible. That's the word. Negligible at this point.
Probably.
The black glasses being up here. Power move.
Unknown, of course, being something you will never see in these races.
You technically can. When you open up, when you solve puzzles, I believe is what it is, unknowns will start spawning. But you need to open up a puzzle before they spawn.
Yes.
Which, you know, you don't really do in many races unless they're on the card.
Yeah. Unknown, for people who don't know, is removed from the pool of possible wild in the randomizer. This is done for stability reasons. Encountering unknown early or in the wrong place can cause the game to crash.
I always thought it was based on a trigger, like it would crash only if you only if you like didn't trigger unknowns to be spawnable in the first place, which is the puzzles inside of the.
Yeah, what I'm saying, that's why they do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's not in the general pool.
They're picking up
Right, yeah.
H105.
If unknown turns up before the puzzle, it calls Golden Crystal. It's fire red and leaf green, where if you encounter unknown in the wrong area, it causes a crash.
Phiyun got 7 flying types. Dang. Crazy. Also, I didn't catch what Bill's poke was.
Neither did I. He's checking the basement? No. Going up to...
I had it with a really good read here. I guess it's not really a read. He had the info for it, but realizing that it had to be in the grass. Because Phiyun picked it up so early. He will most definitely catch this Ledian. That gets him a really nice BLTR path. Just because flying types is probably something he's going to be getting anyway very soon. It's very unfortunate that Fortress Auxiliary is just not really in this ROM at all, because that would just give him a very, very quick way to finish. Victory Bell, Vile Plume, Fortress Auxiliary, Sunny Day, non-4 TM, non-damaging, and defeat of 40 would finish him.
Phiyun was buying X items.
He probably is. He needs to go do Elders, more than likely, if anything, to catch, or not to catch, but to like defeat the 40. So his goal is probably to X item during that fight, because it'll just be a little bit more stable. Okay, yeah, so that's what I thought. This Tauros was actually in a decent spot. Not in Mount Mortar or Or you don't have to go to Mount Mortar or attempt the roamer. You can just go to.
Well, he's certainly trying to attempt the roamer right now.
Wait, hold up. My mind's getting blown right now. Does the dex count for where the roamer is if it's in the dex?
Oh yeah, if you've encountered the roamer in the wild, you can if you count whatever Pokemon, if you've seen it, you can dex it.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about like it changed locations. You see how that non-mortar section's changing?
Yep.
I didn't even realize that the roamer would account for that roamer.
It's always worked like that. It's always.
I never do anything regarding the roamers unless I'm like.
Neither do I.
Trying to cheese the 40.
I never try to base any strats on like actually getting them.
Phiyun's actually in a really... Oh, there's Victory Bell Vileplume. That's a catch that you might not need to evolve if you don't want to do the Evo. Very interesting. I guess he's going to evolve it anyway, so there's no point. Dex doesn't think you twice, so...
There's
I thought...
Knight.
Yeah, but they both already have that goal. Who cares?
Yeah, but it's still funny. Chat clarifies that while the little dex icon will move for the roamer, it will not beat. What is he searching for down here?
Phiyun's searching for the Tauros.
No. Hera.
Nidorino, maybe? For Evo 4. That's not terrible, the Nido female area. You could probably assume that it's in the water too, based on other stuff. But I guess he's going to continue to look for this.
Yeah, yes, Jaddy already has Victor Bell and Vileplume sorted.
He ran from the Victory Bell because he already has Weeping Bell, and he's going to evolve that anyway for Evo 4. So there's no point of him wasting time on catching that when it's guaranteed for him to evolve into that. Did Phiyun just luck into Teddy Ursa info by fighting an optional trainer? Or was that always a thing that we had? I think that was on a required trainer.
That's not a required trainer.
No, I'm talking about from another required trainer, but this is a phone book trainer that Weiss
and he got the info. Now he knows that again.
No, it's on 33 as well. It's actually a pretty good spot. If he's not gonna luck into it. So Phiyun going to be picking up the Slowpoke tail here. Oh, barely short, but he has a lot of money to PP up here. I'm assuming he didn't want to really sell that, but he kind of has to. And it looks like he's going to spend some time evolving some Pokemon, actually. The Growlithe and the Weeping Bell here for his 4.
Growlithe so he doesn't accidentally sell it later. Since if you sell the for item goals, they have to stay in your inventory to count. If you sell it, they no longer count.
Mm-hmm. And now we see Herret going into the mart to go buy his Evo items as well.
Oh, caught himself just in time. Speaking of selling the Slowpoke tail, he just caught himself.
Ooh. That's actually a really good question, H-Roll. If I was the one taking the shots, I would say sketch wouldn't count as a non-damaging move until you sketch a non-damaging move. But I believe that's how that would work.
Sketch does count, yeah.
Well, it does, but if you teach sketch on a TM, it won't count until you actually sketch a non-damaging move.
Yes, yes.
Sketch is technically sketch was a TM in that case.
Yeah, but that does, if you use sketch and get a non-damaging move, that does count. I remember that coming up a couple of days ago. That move is no longer sketch. That move is the other move, and you did not teach it by DM, so it counts. Why is he going up the tower?
He's going to go get Sunny Day, because that's the girl who gives you Sunny Day.
I had forgotten that was normally a TM.
A very interesting thing to note is I think Herret's setting himself up to not even have to do same Pokemon Evo, stop Evo 4 times. I think if Kingdra's in a good spot, then he finishes with Tin Tower, Kingdra, Flying types, Phone Book, and Super Nerd with the Evo Poke. Or it's rather that, or he got non-TM, non-damage, so we can forego the Dragon type to get defeat of 40 as well. It also works.
Yep. Chucky was Lapras and had 3 non-damaging moves.
Lugia, Skiploom, Hoppip, that's 3. Does he have any flying types in his party? I don't think so.
He called Medians, so that's 4.
That's 4, okay, yeah. So he's 2 more. He's dexing the Kingdra now. That's actually in tin, so...
there we go!
He has to climb all the way up to the top 10 anyway, so... that's an option for him just to do that. And then he'll probably be able to evolve Caterpie within this Elder Fight Gauntlet.
Yep, going straight to the tower.
And then I guess you can forego Phone Book and Super Nerd that way too, right? That's 5, easily.
Tin Tower, of course, being a mistranslation in Gen 2.
Wait, no, he still has... I know, 5. Yeah, I see it.
This translation error was corrected in the remix Heart Gold and Soul Silver, where it's correctly called the Bell Tower rather than the Tin Tower.
So, I guess this play that Herret is making relies on him finding flying types in the rooms that he's going to have to check around here.
Given how many slots are in Tin Tower,
there's a lot, but
there's an extremely high likelihood of that.
Yeah, but you don't want to check every floor. You want to dex Kingdra as you go up the tower, and if you find it, you catch it there. Or if it's on the 9th floor, then you can just do both on the 9th floor. But that actually would probably not be great for Herret because he still needs the flying types. Because he definitely needs the flying types to finish. I'd rather be that or like go look for the coughing that we saw earlier. And we're talking a lot about Herret, but Phiyun actually kind of doing his thing too. He got his max Phone Book. He's about to call a black belt. Still very behind in terms of just goal progression and everything, but he has the tools. To, forge his own path. And, if he hits that Fortress Artillery, we never know. If he just randomly finds that somewhere, then that could change the tide of this race, like, instantly, basically.
I think it's probably going to come down to whether or not Kingdra's at 10%.
Even if Kingdra's at 10%, Phiyun needs a lot more help than that.
Well, I'm just, if Herret has to go like the race that I had yesterday, where it took me more than 20 encounters to find a Mischievous for the card. That takes a long time.
Yeah, but if you think about how much stuff Phiyun still needs to do, he still needs to find a lot of slots. Miltank Tauros, Fanfi Teddiursa 2 that he needs to go and find. He would probably have to go do the Super Nerd in Tin Tower. And
Mount Mortar, you mean? Super Nerd
and Mount Mortar, yeah. And then go to Tin Tower as well, so...
But it's... I'm saying I don't think he can make up enough time against Herret unless Kingdra proves difficult to catch.
Yeah, I would say the opposite. Oh, Herret does get his 6 flying types now. That's... I guess he just decks it? I don't know, we'll see how he does it, because I kind of saw that early. Oh, Butterfree counts as a flying type. That's what he's doing.
It does indeed count.
Alright, so it's 2 things we're gonna have to check. Just make sure that he has 6 flying and that he still has a rock type move. Because I haven't seen a rock type move from him yet. After unteaching it from the Hoppip.
Neither have I.
Because that actually will matter. He'll have to go do the Super Nerd in Mount Mortar and make sure he has max phone book. And if he attempts to finish without the rock type move.
Blastoise was the rower. Or not, the sweeping. There's the beat level 40.
Yeah. All he has to do is find that Kingdra and climb the tower to the very top. Phiyun actually clearing max phone book. I'm assuming he just realized he didn't have the max phone book yet. That's an oopsie. Kingdra is just nowhere to be found right now. I think he's on like floor 4 or 5 at this point and hasn't seen it.
Well, 9th floor, that's about... Oh.
Yeah, he has to climb to the 9th floor anyway, but...
Yeah.
I mean, it being on the 9th floor actually will help him, because that's all he needs at this point is 9th floor Pokemon catch and Kingdra.
It's the funniest option.
Mm-hmm. You know, a little bit of slip-ups on the Tin Tower movement. Tin Tower is a lot harder, especially if you don't go here very often. And we do find the Kingdra.
Here we go!
Not on the 9th floor, so that's something.
So now let's make 2 catches. There's no like walking around to stand by the stairs where we'll just use sweet scent. Yep. Well, if they didn't already have the evolution goal, you don't get much better than... Awesome, can't let magic are.
Yep, we're getting into slot check haven right now. Phiyun making his way through the elders.
There it is!
Alright, now that's the bulk of the time for him, the time sink for him gone. He has caught the thing that he actually needs to find specifically. All he needs is
This is effectively GG.
There's Ditto. Ending it off with Ditto.
Not on the card tonight, but... And that is GG, everyone.
Herret needs to verify his rock type move and his flying types though, before we have to do enough. Before we can officially hit done.
All right. Do we bring them into the call? Or
Not until he finishes. We need to verify that he is actually finished. Seems like Phiyun still is gonna play. He should still play until we actually verify that he's getting on that flying type.
All right.
Info. He has 6. Perfect.
Yep. All good there.
Now this is the thing. This is the rock type move. He has rock slide.
Slide.
Okay, cool. Cool. He actually did not teach over rock slide, so. And that will be officially.
Yes.
Him being done. It's like a 134 in change, 134.47 or something. Let us switch to Phiyun's audio real quick. While he finishes up, while he plays through what he wants to play through. And we'll get Herret into the call when we have the ability to. It seems like he will be joining us very momentarily. Hello, hello.
Nope.
How are you doing today, my guy?
Hey, congratulations on your win.
Yeah, it was cleaner than I expected.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I wanted to ask is what was going through your mind with the phone book trainers?
Basically, it was my backup plan because I didn't have Funfi or Tediosa at that time.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
when Tediosa appeared, later on I had a brain fart thinking, oh, I need an extra phone book number. But
Mhm.
wait, I actually don't. So yeah.
Because I remember you had 8 after fighting Whitney, doing the 3 around the the contest area.
I think I followed one of the 3 in that
Okay.
place.
Alright.
Maybe. I'm not really sure.
Okay. Because there was definitely one where you missed, where it's like, no fault to that. It's very easy to forget to pick up phone numbers.
I think I can go and check that right away. Since I'm still playing.
Mm-hmm. Other than that, yeah, it was pretty solid around the Vaporeon. We were kind of iffy on that, but then we realized how good the coverage actually was.
Yeah, I was also really iffy on that. But go ahead.
It's like I said, Vaporeon, provided you can get a couple good moves on it, Vaporeon's very solid.
Yeah, and you have Surf guaranteed, so I just need to hold up until then.
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought I was going super slow when Phiyun marked the whole Lugia, but then I realized he didn't mark item finder or anything, because I was thinking Ho or Lugia is probably the Sudowoodo if he's really ahead, or Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
But then I got Kenya and I saw he didn't mark Ninetales, and I thought, oh yeah, it's probably way more behind than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
Simon had a lot of difficulty getting him in off the ground.
Yeah, he ended up switching to a Lugia and a Well, which was it had like wing attack and one other coverage move. But it's not something that I would consider switching. Okay, that's the number you missed.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was he got walled at several points throughout the run. It's
What's he running?
you pulled ahead very early on.
So like the Kingdra had Giga Drain, that Kingdra on Route 2, not Route 2, Route 30 on the first trainer.
Wait. Oh right.
It had Giga Drain, and he didn't see the Blissey on his first pass, so he couldn't really level up anything in his party. And he had like the Caterpie that he took from the starter and an Onyx, so he was very walled on that Kingdra for a while.
I can see taking Caterpie as a starter. I took Ursing specifically so I could have Caterpie info later,
Mm-hmm.
because releasing Caterpie was not really a worthwhile move, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it would have required a lot of juggling, right? You either would have had to XP juggle at the beginning to make sure it evolved twice, or perfectly timed it so you could stop it evolving 4 times before it got to level 11. And he actually
I think you made the correct play with your choice of starter. I also would have definitely gone with the Ursa Ring. I can see why you could try and would have argued for picking Caterpie, but I very much think it was a mistake, and it cost him dearly. So
yeah, good race,
Yeah.
and with that, you actually have a chance to make it out of group stages, which is
Wait,
very nice
I
to
do?
see. Yeah, because a lot of people just get out of. A lot of people are going to get out of group stages because you beat somebody who is now 2-2. Your weighted average, like you're the second tier of you look at your win percentage when you look at the win percentage of the people that you beat. And a lot of people who are 1-3 are only 1-3 because they beat somebody who didn't win a single match.
Well, that would be an interesting comeback.
Yeah,
because
so,
I was assuming to just go both 4 today.
Mm-hmm.
I personally don't know how the weighting and stuff works, or the tournament bracket, so I can't comment on that. I'm afraid it's I actually find it quite confusing. So I have to just trust New here that he understands it. So I find it.
Right, I didn't check TVs. I guess I can do that while we wait. Actually, not that great.
Ryan also catching Kingdra and Ditto in Tower.
Yep. Same thing as me. King being there was pretty convenient just because that particular goal, the 9th floor, was just really, really good and positioned in a way that is basically required in this particular card.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It was just nice to have it be on your way over, right?
Yeah. I think the only not even with Fanfio Tediosa, I could have found another way to that because that's 3 lines, I think. Just blocked by 9th.
Yeah, Fanfy Tediosa accounted for 2 of your bingos, so you would have had to be like metagame a Fortress Artillery info somewhere, somehow.
Ion has just found coughing.
Or like, yeah, go find the coughing and then go stop evolving something for 4 times, which would have required you to probably go to Claire's gym to get that XP. Yeah, it was a very, very well done race from you.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your win.
Let's see if that win actually counts for anything, but I'm happy just not going 0-4. Because honestly, the races that I lost, I didn't feel like I played badly. And it wasn't really, my opponent got super lucky. And it wasn't like that. So I feel like at least getting one.
You got put into a decently unfortunate group too, with Halkery being very seasoned, Furious Magic coming out to be a very, very good player, and Gamer, somebody who wasn't originally going to join, who was probably a lot better than the person he was replacing.
Alright, if it's fine with you,
Yeah,
I have the Spanish restream waiting for me.
Yeah, you can head out. Thanks for coming in for the interview.
Yeah.
I found the coughing, so he can definitely finish here in a sec, I think.
Yeah, I think his play is to go do phone books and Super Nerd. And
Giving
get
up
the
on
Teddy.
the Ursa.
Yeah. The Teddy Ursa shouldn't be that hard to find though, right? I forget
I
where
got super lagging that. It was
He was at the spot where the Teddy Ursa was and left in order to go on. Fish for other things.
I found it on Central Staircase on Motor, I think. Looking for the Tauros.
There was a lot of places. There was a lot of info in that room where the Tauros was. That definitely went your way.
Oh dear. I need to. Sorry for dipping early. I have to go take this call.
Go ahead.
I cannot turn this down. Excuse me.
Right. Then I'm gonna bounce myself to the Spanish stream.
Alrighty. Thank you for the race, man. It was nice to watch you.
Thanks for commentary, as always. See ya.
Alrighty. I don't know how much time we have allocated for this. But I guess I can stay around for a little bit and wait for Phiyun to finish. Since he seems to be wanting to finish. I'm assuming he's looking for the Fanfy Teddy Ursa right now, because this is probably... I think this is the other slot that it was in when he dexed it. Alright, cool. I can sit here and watch Phiyun get a time. And that's sick. I'm not entirely certain what he is trying to find. I think he's looking for Fanfy Teddy Ursa. That would make sense based on his current route. But I don't know. Unless he was... No, he already has the Kingdra. Yeah, the Fanfi's here. He's looking for Fanfi. Neither of these players actually went to 46 to look for a main. Sometimes we find people going to this route early to find something that might be beneficial to them. Especially when there's a lot of Pokemon goals on the card. You kind of want to check slots, and checking slots early, like this, going to many different routes, could work in your favor. This card was a little interesting because it didn't have a lot of Pokemon goals on it. That didn't feel like very free. Like Ho-Lugia is a goal that you can get regardless of information on the goal. And then you have like Aipom Heracross Pinsir, which is a 3 for 3 different Pokemon you can find there. And then there's like, Arcanine Ninetales, which is basically 4 slots. If you find a Growlithe or a Vulpix, that goal is basically yours too, because it's very, very little time to evolve those things because they're Stone Evos. So if you look at the middle of the board, we have a bingo board. The goal of these players is to get 5 concurrent bingos, rather up, down, left, right, or diagonally, which we call TLBR and BLTR, top left, bottom right, or top right, bottom left. I can words. But Herreteman won this with a time of a 134-ish, getting 5 bingos. You see the leftmost column, the column right next to the leftmost column, the topmost column, the column below the topmost column, or row, you know what I mean? And then the diagonal that goes top right to bottom left. And he got those 5, and Phiyun currently is now trying to finish. He has a couple of bingos already. He has that second column there, and he's working on getting that Fanfi that he's looking for right now, because it's in the top right. And that'll get him 2 bingos, actually. It'll get him the top column, or the top row, and the diagonal that Herret had. With that, he's up to 3 bingos, and we'll actually get a 4th if he goes and gets Sunny Day. So he can finish by just doing a Super Nerd or Mount Mortar. And that won't be that much longer, actually, because Sunny Day is pretty easy to get. He is doing Super Nerd or Mount Mortar first. It's an interesting thing. Maybe he has a phone book trainer and Mount Mortar he can pick up on the way to get him to max phone book. Or he has escape ropes and he just wants to do this first. This is a very nitpicky routing thing. I guess you're right. I forget that you have to walk down from the tower. You can't just get out of it. Here you can escape rope, right? So you can get out of it that way. Yeah, and then Sunny Day will finish him. Or no, Max Phone Book would actually finish him. There you go, 151. Considering all the stuff that he had to go through to get to this point, not a terrible time. There's been finishes that have won races that have been worse than that time. It looks like he instantly ended stream. Brilliant. Let me see if it looks like they're both offline. Sick. So I was gonna ask him to come in here, but we will. Oh, he's coming in. He's coming in. We can get him in here. At his leisure, of course.
Hi.
Hello, hello. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay.
That's actually pretty optimistic after
I mean,
after this ROM.
win some, you lose some.
Yeah, of course, of course. I guess my first question is the overarching question is why did you decide to switch to the Lugia and the well?
I felt like now honestly, so here's the thing. I think from the ones I had, the Lugia was the one that was most realistic to get the defeated 40 goal, because like while everything else that I had was passable, Lugia was bulky. And it's not that bad offensively, so I thought that would have the best chance to carry me through the game.
Yeah,
Essentially.
yeah, that's valid. I guess it's when you main switch like after Union, like after you if you're not fishing for a main after like the first gym badge, it could be very hard to get that thing going, which we saw very early after you switched. Was you were having a hard time getting through well, having a hard time to get through the first couple of gyms after that.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happens when you switch to the well, right?
When you switch to a legendary curved Pokemon too. That's
Oh yeah,
always
that too.
Yeah, but you know what? I figured it was the one that gives the best chance to win, and I also like running Lugia. I think it's underrated.
It definitely like has that perk of just being very, very consistent, right? Especially if you get it early and you can, kind of use it the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of saw it. I took like so many super effective hits, and I shrugged them off like most of the time, just because of Lugia's insane bulk.
Header actually kind of had a similar situation where he ran a Vaporeon that he found. And it had, I think it was like 30 or 29, one of those two. It was very, very early.
It might be 29 because I literally looked for like 2 encounters there. That's it.
And like the Vaporeon moveset wasn't like impressive by any means. It was like Egg Bomb, Fire Punch, Constrict, or Vice Grip, and it's not Constrict. But just because it was very bulky, it was able to shrug off a lot of hits, and because it was running on regular XP curve, it was able to kind of shift into the game. It was 30, okay.
Oh, it was 30, okay. Because I think I found like 5 or 6 encounters on there.
And it definitely helped that the early game there was a lot of XP to grab. There was a Blissey on 29, there was a Chansey on 30.
Yeah, I saw the Chansey on 30. I used it for my glorious Metapod.
Yeah, I saw that. I was very interested that you chose to do the Evo instead of the stop evolving Pokemon goal instead. Just because in my mind at that point in the race, I would consider that spot where the stop the same Pokemon evolving 4 times is a lot more of a better spot to have that goal instead of the other one, just because it can account for 3 different bingos instead of 2.
Yeah, that's right, but I went in with the assumption that it's safer. Like if you want to release the starter before 11, you would need to give it give the Caterpie 4 level up specifically.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you too, is if you just felt safer doing Evo 4 instead of trying to XP manage as much as you did in the early game.
Yeah, I think definitely with the state how the entire race went, with all the monarchs I found before 30, I wasn't I didn't feel any safety essentially. Like I think the best Pokemon I theoretically found was Gligar that I ran away from, and that's not a good sign if you're the best mon you find is a Gligar.
Yeah.
And yeah.
No, but other than like your very, very slow start, just because you struggled to find a main, there wasn't really a lot of like glaring problems that you like routing problems that I really saw. Really had
I
questions
mean, I
about.
got a bit unlucky with Fampi Teddy Ursa. It took me like almost 10 minutes. 8 actually,
Yeah.
8 minutes. That's like the one unlucky thing, but other than
Yeah.
that, I had to look up where the super node was because I forgot.
Oh yeah.
But otherwise,
It's yeah, especially if you don't do that goal often, it's very common to just forget where he is. Yeah, it was just kind of unfortunate that you also didn't go for the Milting Tauros, because that's also where the Fanfi Teddy Ursa was in the same encounter table.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I figured I would go for that, but I was like, actually, I can just go for the Roma, and then I got the Teddy Ursa info from the Fisher in front of Mortar. Yeah, in front of Mortar.
I thought there was earlier information that that Teddy Ursa existed, because I remember Heterit dexed it.
Might have been on
before
Rival.
Even going into Mortar. It might have been on Rival too. I
might assume he maybe took a different starter than the Caterpie.
Mm-hmm.
Did he?
Yeah, he took the Ursa Ring.
I mean, it's fair to take the Ursa Ring. I just felt like if I release it, I want to get as much value out of it as possible.
Oh yeah, and you can evolve it twice before you release it. Yeah, I mean, in that situation, I would have picked the Caterpie, but he also just said I got Caterpie info. It was less likely for me to die in the early game. Stuff like that.
I mean, the Caterpie had teleport, which helped me exactly twice.
After talking to Elm, or not Elm.
Yeah, but I mean, it quote unquote helped me because I didn't have a main, so I died to the first trainer all the time.
Oh yeah, that Kingdra was not the Kingdra, and the Ho was the first trainer.
Charizard. The Charizard was actually the issue because the Onyx that I caught, like, also don't run Onyx ever. The Onyx could have clutched it if the Charizard didn't have Bubble Beam.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, good for the silver lining for you is that you're still going to definitely move on to the bracket stage. You got third in your group.
Yeah. And also for the tournament organizers, it's a nice thing they don't have that do that 3-way tiebreaker. I guess.
Yeah. It was like we were trying to figure out, because I got asked how we should break ties, and I gave him the I
mean, I would say head for head is the one that makes the most sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, like after head to head, you would probably do like a look at the win percentage of the people you beat, which in theory is a really nice system and should work 90% of the time. But since it was only 5-person groups, you didn't have a big enough sample size for that to actually really matter. Most of the ties were like circular head to head wins anyway.
I mean, that would have been in our group as well, like a circular head-to-head, where just... essentially, where would you go after that? Like, win rate? Because we all won against the same people, so...
Yeah. You can't really break... That's like actual tie that you can't break.
So it would have been a tiebreaker race, or... What I jokingly said that would, like, literally only benefit me was fastest difference time, but I was just joking about that one.
Yeah.
Once.
I mean, a lot of people also... that would work if everyone finished, but not everyone finishes.
Exactly. Actually...
Anyway, I think we're gonna stop stream now. Very, very nice race. I appreciated commentating this and watching this.
Thanks, everyone, for watching.
Alright, we'll see y'all later, I believe. Actually, let me check real quick. Do we have any more races today? I don't think we do, but I'll check. Yeah, we don't. This was the only race of today. So watch out for all the SpeedGaming channels for updates on the Cinco race. We are very soon getting close to getting into our bracket stage, which will matter significantly more than these group stage matches. So stick around for that. I've been like a noob. I was commenting with Captain Fargle earlier, but he had to leave. I'll see you guys around.